揾、衣食住行，隨着時代嘅進步，人類對住嘅要求越嚟越高。設計師YUKIO與你暢談室內設計心得，為你介紹流行嘅設計風格，同你一齊築自室。
好啦，歡迎收睇第3節嘅築自室，我係 YUKIO，
我係 Natalie。
好啦，咁啊嗱，上一節咧就開始講一啲artificial light， 即係人工燈係咪？人工燈啦，咁其實就亦都最尾嘅時候，我哋亦都講過唔同人唔同 culture， 可能你對於光嘅要求唔同嘅，即係可能外國人佢哋就即係學你話齋，夜晚放咗工，佢哋好想 relax 啲，所以其實佢哋可能一眼地燈、兩眼台燈就已經足夠。咁跟住去到可能中國人咁，佢就希望間屋一定要光光猛猛，咁佢哋先覺得舒服。咁所以一返屋企就要咩都唔理，全部燈都開晒去咁樣，咁就會好啲。咁就嗱，跟住呢一節作為最後一個 round up 咧，咁基本上咧佢亦都有一個佢亦都會講一啲幾得意嘅理論嘅，譬如咧就係嗰個燈光嗰個顏色咧，到底會點樣影響嗰個屋企？咁嗱，譬如頭先我哋一路睇嗰啲都係，你見到嗰啲燈咧，好中意用啲黃燈啊，即係我哋叫做即係譬如如果你黃燈咧就即係我哋 studio 出邊走廊，應該咁講，應該以前嘅鎢絲燈膽，即係你知唔知？即係一個 light 愛迪生燈。其實而家去買燈膽，佢都有分好多隻唔同色。係啊，都有分好多隻唔同色嘅。咁咧，英國人或者外國人咧，好多時都中意用黃色嘅，即係佢哋真係叫做黃光嘅燈源嘅。因為咧就係外國咧，其實嗰個氣候會凍啲，相對性。咁佢哋要一啲黃色嘅燈，即係令到個環境感覺上面 warm 啲。咁但係香港嘅住宅咧就好少可以用一啲黃光嘅，即係以前嗰代會有。香港我發現啲人係好中意用光管式嘅，即係白光係嘛？白光咧就係以前啲唐樓會用，即係其實我都唔明白點解以前啲人會用一眼白色嘅光管，好似 office 咯，搞到屋企。係啦，咁office 就會用白光啊，即係 office 嘅時候就會用白光啦。咁但係白光都有個好處，就係白光其實對眼睛會好啲嘅。其實我哋而家呢啲都係白光嚟㗎嘛。呢個係太陽光，即係自然光。就係太陽。即係呢個就係 in the middle of 白光同埋黃光。因為我成日以為呢一隻都算係歸類咗入白光嗰個 category 度。你見到佢嗰個咩啫？你見到嗰張白色嘅紙啫。但係如果你望一望左邊嗰眼燈咧，即係嗰個就係黃㗎啦，係啦。嗰個係自然光啊，即係本身呢幾眼燈嗰個光都係嗰個光嚟㗎嘛。咁但係望外面走廊嗰個就係黃光。嗰個好黃啊，係啊。嗰個黃光。咁香港好多時咧就會用自然光或者用日光。即係如果你香港買燈膽或者買射燈用 spotlight 嘅燈膽咧，咁我哋通常會同佢講我要自然光嗰隻燈膽啊，就唔好用黃光啊，咁 OK， 即係黃光有少少亮亮地嘅某程度上，同埋譬如光管咧，就係以前啲人話會覺得，即係其實都係嘅，唔係以前啲人話係白光咧，對於工作或者閱讀咧，其實係好啲嘅，即係令到你眼睛會好啲。咁所以你變咗，其實而家有啲 office 咧，縱使係用嗰啲好傳統嘅燈盤咧，即係一個銀色盤，跟住中間有3支光管嗰啲咧。哦，係。咁好多時咧，佢哋都會中意2支白色就1支黃色嘅。哦，即係 mix 嚟用嘅。係啦 ，mix 嚟用嘅，咁就令到嗰個燈光嗰個光係自然一啲，即係唔會白到好誇張。即係唔會太 extreme 咯。係啊，咁咧嗱，我唔係太記得第一條片係咩，我哋睇一睇第一條片先，因為我頭先講嗰扎嘢係關於第2條片事，我睇一睇第1條片係講咩先。
Before he starts work, your electrician is going to need one of these, a lighting plan, so that he knows exactly where you want to put the lights. It looks scary, but actually it isn't really. Providing you bear in mind the 3 layers of lighting. I have a specific problem in this space, which is that I need to rebalance the light. I need to distribute the light much more evenly around the area. So I'm going to use a series of small downlighters to create puddles of light. This is ideal for a kitchen. The last thing you want to be doing is casting a shadow over what you're cutting or what you're stirring. Like a lot of large kitchens, there's enough space to eat here as well as prepare food. So there needs to be an alternative layer, a mood layer, that gives a lovely convivial atmosphere. And that I'm going to achieve by wall lights and also some table lamps on the work surface, which is an important point. It's a big area. I don't want pinpoints of light. It needs to be spread. The next thing you need to consider is the bulb. Just as paint comes in lots of tones of white, artificial light comes in many contrasting shades. A standard light bulb emits a much warmer light than, say, a fluorescent or compact fluorescent lamp. Scientists measure the wavelengths of colour from a light source on a scale known as nanometers.
Natural daylight contains a wide range of wavelengths between about 300 and 700 nanometers. Other kinds of lighting have different kinds of wavelengths. One of the most extreme forms of lighting is low sodium lighting. That's the sort of lighting you see in warehouses and in car parks. And low sodium lighting only has a very narrow range of wavelengths, about 10 nanometers. One of the curious side effects of this is that if you're in a large car park where you don't have any other source of light, it may be very hard to find your car. Because you've only got a very narrow range of wavelengths, that makes it impossible to distinguish different colours, and all the cars look grey.
Okay, so if sodium street lighting is the lowest of the lighting low, what is on the path of righteousness? What is on the side of light? These boys. Low-voltage downlights were originally designed for use within shops during the 1980s because they are brilliant at reproducing colours faithfully. They're now used widely in houses and they're brilliant in kitchens and bathrooms because not only do they emit a clean working light, I think they come quite close to daylight.
以前咧就啲人咧唔係太中意用射燈，即係去到係射燈，我諗係呢近廿年、十零廿年裏邊嘅 design 先多咗用射燈。
其實會唔會係興 LED 燈之後先開始興射燈？
都唔係，係喺 LED 燈之前其實都有10幾年係
已經開始興射燈。
咁但係因為射燈實在太熱啦，即係傳統 halogen 嘅射燈咧。就實在太熱啦，即係佢會釋放好多熱力。咁跟住自從有 LED 嘅普及之後咧，咁就令到 LED 就令到佢冇咁熱咧，但係又有射燈嗰個效果咧。
但其實凍嘅地方啲人咪中意用射燈咯。
你可以咁講，你都可以咁講嘅，因為譬如頭先你見到嗰個，即係佢一路做好多都係其實佢都用射燈去調校嗰個 mood 啊嘛。咁其實喺現今嘅 design 上面好多時都會用呢個手法去，即係所以你會見到啲人成日都，譬如酒店，咁你會見到佢基本上唔會再有天花有眼燈咁樣，佢全部都係靠射燈去處理嘅，因為佢可以 spot 一個 area， 咁令到嗰個 area 好似望上去即係。突出啲，
咪易啲控制你整間房嘅燈光咯。
係啦，咁啊跟住就係佢一開始講咗話你做 design 嘅時候，或者你喺畫間屋嘅時候係需要畫一畫個燈圖啦。咁其實 which is 都緊要嘅。咁如果你唔識畫嘅，你可以將間屋交俾我可以幫你去處理啦。OK，
就畫個燈圖。
係咁啊跟住就呢個係啦，頭先廚房嗰個排嘅射燈，咁啊就係你講過啦，即係而家好多時廚房都為咗令到你切嘢或者煮餸光猛一啲咧，咁而家嘅好多 design 或者櫥櫃嘅 design 都已經會加嗰啲吊櫃嘅射燈。好啦，咁啊跟住咧，你頭先就講咗一樣嘢咧，就好好笑。你就話咧，你喺屋企咧嗱，即係佢亦都有講過燈罩咧，即係佢會有啲燈會加個燈罩，就令到嗰啲燈光柔和啲啦。咁你就話你屋企咧，你個燈罩咧都係粉紫色嘅，係咪？你間房都係粉紫色。咁咧，阿 Oman 咧，即係唔係呢幾個 series 裏邊曾經講過咧。佢話咧，有咩地方係會用一啲粉紅色同埋粉紫色嘅燈咧？就係喺嗰啲時鐘就
唔怪之你頭先笑到咁樣啦！我頭先一講完之後，佢不斷喺度笑咗半分鐘。
唔係呢個係事實嚟嘅，即係原來有一啲報告咧。
但係你而家先開估嘅。
我頭先睇緊，我想睇你 live 嗰個反應啊嘛。喂，有啲報告咧就話咧，如果即係喺如果你 under 一啲紫色或者粉紅色嘅燈光底下嘅房間裏邊咧，係可以增加你嗰個性慾嘅。OK。係真係有報告係咁樣，咁所以咧，所以你會見到紅燈區或者嗰啲紅燈區嘅地方，點解會係叫紅燈？即係點解？即都有嘅，因為佢哋會用好多紅色啊、紫色啊嘅光燈去light up佢間房啊嘛。咁所以即係呢個燈光嘅顏色係能夠增加你嘅即係調情嘅作用嘅，有好大嘅調情作用。咁啊，可能係啊，有好大嘅調情作用。咁啊，跟住另外咧就係頭先佢另外有個 sample 就喺個停車場度，咁佢就用咗好多白色嘅燈光。咁白色嘅燈光照落嚟，其實令到成個 area 就好灰色嘅，咁所以令到你基本上咧以前先會咁樣嘅，即係以前嗰啲大嘅空地就會用啲白色嘅燈光咧，令到你基本上你見唔到自己嘅車咩顏色嘅，因為佢實在太白啦，即係你令到嗰個顏色咧唔夠 sharp 啊。咁但係而家嘅咁
好難揾到自己架車咯，以前。
所以而家停車場你會見到係好，即係有啲黃光有啲白光係 mix and match 嘅嘛。咁但係當然冇頭先嗰個戶外嗰個咁暗啦，即係個場地，因為佢本身個場地規範令到佢冇咁多燈。而家嘅停車場就係好光猛㗎嘛，係咪？咁就所以你就會容易啲揾到你自己嘅車。OK， 咁咧跟住咧佢有條片咧，我自己覺得好得意嘅，即係佢會話俾你聽咧。嗰個燈光除咗嗰個光暗度之外咧，嗰個顏色咧係可以令到成件事係唔同嘅，即係佢真係有一個實驗，佢喺個超級市場嗰度，佢慢慢用唔同嘅燈光效果，咁咧原來用一啲黃色嘅燈咧，即係大黃光嘅燈咧射落嗰啲即係水果度咧，係會吸引力大過你用一個白色嘅燈射落去嘅。即係你望埋去咧，你會令到嗰啲顏色更加鮮豔嘅，即係你會好似哇喺個蘋果點解咁靚嘅咁樣，即係用黃燈射埋去同埋用白燈射埋去唔同，咁可以留意下陣間嗰條片，咁亦都係咯，咁我可以得閒上去，大家幾時可以去你間房度睇下嗰啲粉紫色嘅燈係咩樣？講笑。OK， 咁啊嗱睇下跟住呢個 experiment 真係幾得意嘅，可以望一望。
About 50 million ordinary light bulbs every year. They buy these light bulbs because they like the light effect it gives. They give a warm light effect. And that's what we prefer in this particular part of the world. Interestingly, there are other parts of the world where that's not true. So, for instance, Hong Kong. The climate there is much warmer, it's much more humid, and when the consumer that lives in Hong Kong goes into their home, they go in to cool down. If they're lucky enough, they have air conditioning, but they will also have much cooler light sources, and we would describe those as blue in this country, so they wouldn't be appropriate for us, but in Hong Kong, where I want to cool down when I go indoors, it's perfect for me.
Increasingly, lighting companies understand how different light sources can be used to influence our mood. This lighting lab has been set up to teach architects and designers how to light commercial spaces. They know that a supermarket lit like this will create a very different effect from one lit like this. A combination of different coloured light sources are used for different products. Over the vegetables and bakery, directional spotlights fitted with warm bulbs are used to enhance the colour and the textures and entice us to linger and to buy.
You make it warmer, make it more inviting. And perhaps even prices can be a little bit higher.
Believe it or not, these rules are relevant at home. I mean, look at this downlighter. That's selling you champagne. Can I open it?
No.
Oh, go on.
Absolutely not.
一開始咧，佢就解釋過，佢講過咧，點解英國咧就會用好多黃燈，就係頭先我話好冷暖嘅問題啦。咁香港咧就多數會用一啲，即係佢講緊賣嗰個射燈嗰個顏色啊，即係喺香港嚟講賣咩顏色會最多咧？就係我哋講日光嘅燈會多啲。日光嘅燈。因為咧香港比較熱。 咁所以你唔想嗰間燈太黃，
唔想再 warm
落去，所以你就唯有就係用一啲日光嘅燈去照到間房，覺得好似冷啲咁樣。咁頭先你亦都見到嗰個 supermarket 嗰個燈光示範
對比，
即係你一開始你都話，而家啲 supermarket 唔會係呢一隻色，
好少係。
即係如果係白光光管嗰啲咧，係以前嗰啲。即係以前嗰啲士多咧，我唔知你有冇去過咧。
其實 supermarket 就一定唔會係呢啲色嘅。
係啊，咁譬如到而家嘅7-Eleven 啊、Circle K 啊，都已經係咁樣啦，即係已經係用好多射燈啊，同埋用啲帶黃少少嘅燈光去 shoot 佢哋嗰啲product 㗎。
因為如果你太光，正如好似佢頭先照嗰個生菜係嘛，即係你睇落去咧，佢打得太光嘅時候咧，好似嗰啲假嘅生菜咁樣。
佢後尾轉咗個通去一個白光咧，你就覺得佢好假啦，即係你完全好似
膠做嗰啲咁樣，
就嚟變壞啊！咁但係如果佢打翻個黃光落去咧，你就會覺得哇，好似好新鮮
好多咁樣睇落。
係咁就真係呢個燈光亦都要即係可以考慮或者注意一下嗰個燈光嘅顏色。OK， 好啦，咁啊到最後咧就去開估啦，即係到底佢點樣去處理好佢間屋啦。咁我哋睇埋呢條片咧，我哋翻嚟再講多少少。
Back at 211, my design is complete. And light now does what light does best, creating an atmosphere. Lighting in here is about simplicity. It's about back to basics. It's about creating this kind of mood, this kind of atmosphere where you can sit, you can relax, you can enjoy the food, enjoy the conversation. But in an area like this, you need the right kind of lighting to be able to prepare the food in the first place. And why not indulge the space here? Create a little area where you can sit and read a book. Of course, one of the big problems with this space was the contrast between the harsh daylight coming in and the dark shadows. So Venetian blinds down at the French doors solve part of the problem. Whilst these plants will eventually grow across the wires to create an Amazonian tree canopy that will filter out the daylight. And just think, what good exercise it'll be climbing up to water them. And so welcome to one of the most hard-working interior design schemes in the history of the world. Everything in this room has been specifically designed to capture, reflect, augment, bounce back every single last juicy little drop of available daylight. And let's face it, it's pretty mingy coming in here. So as a result, there are going to be accents of artificial lighting, or otherwise you won't be able to see what you're doing. And if nothing else, well, thank heavens for mirrors.
嗰個最尾嗰個木地板咧，佢就特登油咗一陣瀝架喺面咧，即係雖然佢油咗深色，但係佢油一瀝架喺面咧，就令到啲光係真係反得係多啲嘅。咁我學佢話齋，其實成個 exercise 都係為咗點樣去 capture 用嗰啲燈，咁啊都幾得意嘅。所以呢個 series 咁就係啦，咁啊嗱，去到第4次嘅呢個即係成個室內設計嘅 series 啦，咁就希望大家可以學下一啲好基本嘅技巧啦。咁但係縱使你個技巧未必能夠應用都好，呢啲咁嘅 skills 咧就係我嚟溝女用係非常之一流啦，絕對係。
唔係，其實我覺得係同就算你畫畫都係有，即係可以互相用翻呢啲理論㗎嘛。
其實我覺得係嘅喎，即係譬如咧嗱，我自己畫畫好渣㗎，即係我唔係一個識畫畫嘅人嚟嘅。但係我覺得嗰啲識得畫素描嗰啲人係好犀利嘅，即係佢哋永遠都識得 capture 一個光線，到底邊一度係即係應該打光，邊一度係嗰啲 highlights。咁我覺得呢啲係好犀利嘅，即係我自己係唔係太識嘅。
咁我哋睇完呢幾集築字室，其實都可以即係應用翻落去其他嘢，生活上嘅其他 他嘢度嘅，
即應用喺其他地方，同埋可以即係多啲，即係可以吹下水咯，即係可以。同埋
可以 redecorate 下自己間屋咯。係
啊，或者加翻個粉紫色嘅燈罩，令到自己真
係好舒服，好 relax 嘅，
令到自己間房 relax 啲咯，或者可以增加彼此之間嘅情趣咯，可以即係有少少 tricks 就可以令到可能你哋嘅婚姻關係可以
會好啲嘅，
進一步嘅境界咁樣，咁呢啲就係一啲 design 上面嘅 tricks 咯。同埋如果你覺得你間房太暗或者個廳太暗，又可以擺塊鏡咯，即係對住窗嘅位置，咁啊可能盡頭嘅位置。
即係好似佢啱啱最後嗰條片咁樣。係
啊，即係你見到塊鏡就對住隻窗，咁啊真係可以enhance 咗好多嘅燈光。好啦，咁啊希望大家中意4集啦，即係都幾好睇嘅，我自己覺得，咁啊又可以見到嗰個Omen。
係，我頭先喺度講就話，我可以一直聽住佢講嘢，因為我覺得佢講嘢係
好正喎，好舒服啊！雖然同一句説話唔知點解有咁多形容詞。
係啊 ，overwhelming of verbs 咯，其實係。
咁啊係好爽啊！呢幾個節，咁就係啦。咁啊差唔多啦。咁就希望下個禮拜諗下一啲新嘅嘢講下，即係又開下另外一啲 series 咧，有啲咩嘢可以同大家分享一下。
好啊。
好啦，咁啊多謝收睇今晚嘅築自室啦。
拜拜。
拜拜。
Hello， 大家好，我係 MIHK 繁忙兒童音樂室嘅主持人兼且鋼琴老師。咁我本身自己已經拎咗係演奏級嘅文憑㗎啦。咁自己本身好中意小朋友啦，咁所以一路咧都有教開小朋友彈鋼琴嘅。咁所以咧，我希望將呢份愛心咧可以傳達俾身邊嘅小朋友啦。咁如果有興趣嘅小朋友或者係家長們咧，都可以留意呢一個網址。咁咧打電話嚟或者有留意翻呢個網址咧，就專人聯絡翻你㗎啦。咁就可以見到我㗎啦。拜拜。